Hello e-tailers, today I'm going to show you a quick tutorial on how to do a quick PO in e-tail pet SELLIT Plus. First, go to Manage Catalog and then go to POs. And what we're going to do is just start a brand new purchase order by clicking here on New Purchase Order. We'll put in our order date as today, our store as whichever store you need. The expected date will also be today because I'm going to do this all in one screen. My vendor will be Animal Food Company. My reference here, I'm going to put Quick PO. You can put whatever you want here, and you can put whatever you want in the shipping notes because this one's not actually going to be shipped. And we're going to check is Quick PO. The little note here says, clicking this lets you create, receive, and approve a PO all in one step. Everything happens in one page. I'm going to go ahead and click create. There's a couple things that you should know about this, though, that using the Quick PO does not work with Smart Order. So if you order your products through this page using the Quick PO, you're not going to activate the desired inventory level changes that goes with the Smart Order. Also, another important thing is the regular PO process goes through a lot of checks that helps you make sure that you don't have discrepancies, so that everything comes out correctly, so that your costs are correct from the invoice. And since you're doing everything in one page, you're not going to have that with the Quick PO. So those are some things to keep in mind. But if it doesn't matter, on those things, maybe it's a PO that a vendor that you only order from once in a while, or maybe you are required to order from that vendor online, so you want to do it that way. Either way is fine. So the first thing that you want to look at when you get to this page is your costs. So your costs are going to be your shipping. I'm going to enter my shipping here. And then maybe you already should know if you have a discount or if you have an extra charge, like maybe you had a rush charge of $25 because you wanted to hurry up and get it, or maybe you had a $15 discount and then you can put a negative in there. I'm going to just say I have a $15 discount. Now, another thing is I already have an email in here for this, and I don't want this to go to Animal Food Company because I've already ordered it. So I'm going to delete that to make sure that it doesn't go there. If you want to send it to yourself, you could enter your own email here, but you don't have to. And then you're going to want to click Save Changes. It's important to note that the Save Changes button only changes the items in this upper section. It doesn't save any of the changes that you made in this section down here under items, only the upper section. So these are really the only two changes that you'll want to look at up here, and then you're going to want to go ahead and start putting your items into the PO. There's 3 different ways you can add items to your PO. It's the same way adding items as it is on a regular PO. You have 3 different ways that you can add items. You can scan the barcode. You can manually type in a product. I'm going to type in cat food and put some of this Tiki Cat Grill. I'm going to type in dog food. You're going to already know what your products are, so you'll just probably scan them. If you're scanning them, the first time you scan it, it's going to enter it down here, and it's going to go ahead and put the received quantity in here for you. And then if you scan that same item again, it'll update this order quantity and automatically update this here. I don't have a scanner, so it's not showing exactly the same as it'll be for you. But each time you scan it, it's going to increase that, and it's going to increase that, so automatically, so that you don't have to manually type in your adjustment down here. However, if you do come down here and you manually change this to a 5, and then you scan another item, then it's going to increment it by 1. So that may not be what you're wanting it to do. So just be careful when you're manually adjusting the quantity that it's coming out the way that you want it to. Let's add a couple more products. Some raw and some rawhide. Okay, and let's say I'm going to have 5 of these, 7 of those, 2 of these. I'm going to receive 7 of these, 5 of these, 3 of these, 1 of these. But here, let's say that 1 of these was damaged. The important thing to note here is that if I received 7 and 1 of them was damaged, I still want to receive 7 here and put 1 here, because I did receive a total of 7. And this is going to create a vendor credit for the damaged item over here when I put 1 in on the damaged side. Here I can add my vendor costs from my invoice, and you'll have to type those in manually. And you can add your cost for each of those. Okay, and so I don't have any more damage quantity. Now, I mentioned there were 3 ways to add items. The other way that you can do it is you can use the import item button. And in order to use that, you click on it, you click on export sample file, and then you enter your UPC and your quantity, and then you import that back using upload Excel file, and that'll populate all your items as long as they're in your catalog, and you're good to go. So if that way is easier for you, then you have that option as well. What these buttons are for is, of course, to import the items. Lock sorting, you can sort any of these columns by the little arrow icon in each one. When you have the sorting how you want it, if you want to lock it in that order, you can go ahead and click this button. Round up and round down is for the order in multiples of. You can see here that all of mine are 1, so I don't have any rounding up or down to do. But let's say if this was, say, a case of cans where I needed to order in a multiple of 12, and it said 12 here, then I could select this one and I could do round up or round down, and then I could choose to round up all or round up selected. And that is only going to affect items that have an order in multiple that's greater than or less than my order quantity. You also have the option to delete items. You can use the trash can icon to delete single items over here, or you can check multiple items and click delete selected. I don't want to delete them right now, so I won't show you that. Be sure that you save all your changes to the items section. That's this section right here, using the Save Changes button. And that will save all of your changes in this area. It doesn't save your changes in the upper area. You have to use this button for that. You can also, once you get your list in here, if you have a lot and you want to review it, you can filter by brand or any brands that you have in there. You can filter by that to make your list, as well as sorting, to be able to look at your list and make sure that you have everything in there the way that you want it. As long as you save your changes, you can leave this screen and you can go on and do something else, and then you can come back. And so how that would work is, let's say that I needed to go to my products to look up something. I could leave this screen and go to my products, do whatever I need to do, come back to POs, and this PO will be in the open status and I can come back to it. And did you notice, well, I wrote quick PO in my reference, so that's why it said quick PO in the reference here. So that kind of helped me remember that's how I set that one up. So now I'm back here, and as many times as you need to, you can save your changes, leave, and come back. But when you're all finished and you've checked every little thing, because remember, we don't have the checks and balances like the full PO does. You check everything very carefully, make sure everything's good, make sure you're not emailing it to a vendor, and then you come up here when you're all ready and click Accept PO. You want to make really, really sure that you're ready, because you can't come back and edit anything after this. If you've made any errors or any discrepancies, you will have to manually adjust your inventory later to correct those. You can also print the order so that you can have a copy of it if you like. So I'm ready to accept the PO. I'm going to click Accept PO, And I'm going to click yes. And now you can see that this order is completely done. It's already approved. There's nothing else for me to do. If I need a copy of it, I can click on view and I can export my list, or I can print it. And you can see here that the print or the export is looks exactly like it would if you were sending it to the vendor. So if you need that for your records, you can use that. And that's how we create a quick PO in eTail Pet SELLIT Plus. Thanks for listening.